During the 1800s, 18th and Vine developed into a self-contained African American community. African Americans migrated from up the river to Kansas City to seek jobs and equal opportunity. This was a way of life for African Americans to get away from segregation and discrimination, especially during Jim Crow.
It's the people who build that community because it was a segregated community. There were certain boundary lines you could not go past. You couldn't go past Indiana, you couldn't go past Truce, you couldn't go past 27th Street, you couldn't even go past 12th Street.
The intersection served as a place of bustling business and entertainment. This became a community of growth with black professionals, entertainment venues, recreational facilities, and churches. African Americans owned the Street Hotel, Eleanor's Restaurant, and owned their own baseball team.
So with that community coming together and bonding, I think that's what made 18th and Vine. That's what made it vibrant. That's what made it to where people connected. Everybody respected everybody. Everybody had their own businesses. They had to build their own businesses because you couldn't go no place else and spend your money.
During the 1920s, 18th and Vine was thriving and jazz was growing tremendously. You might have heard of the jazz in Chicago, New York, New Orleans, or Mississippi. But Kansas City jazz was different because it originated from the roots of ragtime, blues, and band music. In 1923, the businessman and band leader Benny Moten started his legacy by being a leader of Kansas City's first breakout band, BB&D. By the 1930s, this band was the best in the nation. In the 1940s, these were the golden days of jazz, when 18th and Vine earned the name of the Jazz District. 18th and Vine was led by the famous Charlie Parker.
Charlie Parker was a legendary in his own right, and I don't think people realize just how great he was. And not only that, but he was beyond his time. A lot of people don't realize that Charlie Parker started right there in the 18th and Vine Jazz District. He attended Attucks Elementary School. He attended Lincoln High School. He performed at the Lincoln Hall. If you don't know the Lincoln Hall, it is located down on the corner of 18th and Vine inside the Lincoln Building. So on the 3rd floor, that's where he performed at. But people are not aware he has 2 homes that are still standing in Kansas City. One is at 3527 Wyandotte.
Charlie Parker sadly died of a heart attack in 1955.
A lot of people always want to talk about his sin. And I'm like, let's not talk about his sin. Let's talk about his legacy and the things he have left behind. And that is to let people know you can do whatever it is you want to do. First, you have to learn your instrument. And then you practice. And then when you finally get up on that bandstand, forget all that and just wait. So go back and listen to the song, I'm Going to Kansas City. Kansas City, it does not say 18th and Vine. It says 12.
I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got some pretty little women there and I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna...
Everybody flocked to Kansas City, you name it, they flock.
I'm gonna be staying on the corner, 12th Street and Vine, with my Kansas City baby, and boy, she's really fine. Well, I might take a plane, I may take a train. If I have to walk, I'm going just the same.
By the end of the 1950s, the Jazz District began to deteriorate. Clubs and local businesses began to close over time, musicians moved away and carried the jazz sound on. This is also when segregation of Jim Crow began and the community fell apart.
The neighborhood now. Is it thriving? No. They built downtown in 2 days and I'm pissed. They built downtown in 2 days.
Eventually, the rebirth of the district was started by Mayor Emanuel Cleaver. The rebirth was called the Cleaver Plan. This promised the district $22 million for renovations. Even though the Jazz District isn't as popular as it once was in the 1940s and the 1950s, it will always be remembered as an iconic spot in Kansas City, and the legacy will always remain there.
As Mama always say, never forget where you come from.
I'm going to Kansas City,